Hello. I don't know if it's because I wasn't too satisfied with the video I did last week. I wanted to take it a little easy and take photos of something I really enjoy, which this week was interior photography. If you look at my Instagram and go all the way back to 2012, 2013, you're gonna notice a lot of interior shots. I think what I really enjoyed doing, and I still do, is sharing the space I'm in with other people and make them feel like they're there with me. To do that, I thought of a few places. I thought about going to a restaurant and take some photos there, but I think I'm gonna save it for something else later. But I did go to a bar and took some photos there. I've always wanted to come here, and based on the photos I saw online, it seems like the most perfect place to photograph during the day. I spent about 15-20 minutes there while I was in between two places, and I'd love to come back here, maybe get to know the bartender a little more so they're more aware as to why I'm walking around with the camera and taking photos. Because on this day, I didn't really get to do that. I stayed in my seat and I didn't really get to explore. Let's go back to the first picture. The booth on the left, it had a really nice natural light coming in. I personally wanted to sit there, but because I was there by myself, I didn't want to take up a lot of space. The next time I'm there, I would love to go with a friend and photograph my friend's hand holding a drink in the light, and also maybe do some portraits as well, because the colors there are so warm, so smooth. I think it'll be really great for portraits. It's been a minute since we've seen the tea house. The last few times I took photos of this place, I took my Ricoh with me, but this time I had my Fuji and I was kind of excited to see how this camera and specific settings that I have would capture this place. Oh, let's find a comparison. When's the last time I was there? Now obviously the basic lightings are the same. Natural lighting coming through the windows, the lamp, everything is pretty much the same. But the way my Fuji and the recipe I used capture this moment, I prefer this image over the one that I took with my Ricoh. Maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the way I made it a little darker, but everything looks crisp, clean, and not gonna lie, I just loved the colors a lot more. I think the settings I used really brought out the differences between cold colors and warm colors, and you can really see that here. The cool toned wall with this tea table, warm lights, and the flowers on the table, the contrast between cool and warm colors here is very distinct, which is something I wasn't able to see in the pictures that I took with my Ricoh. I wanted to show you a side-by-side comparison of these two pictures because lighting makes a huge difference in pictures. I'm not talking about artificial lighting, studio lighting, nighttime, daytime. I'm talking about lighting in general. In this case, natural sunlight. On the left, we have a very muted, subtle photograph with the sunlight coming through curtains. But on the right, when the curtains were open, we got this somewhat harsh ray of sunlight. The sunlight makes things a little more dramatic. The contrasting colors add the drama to the picture, whereas the picture on the left, it's also moody, but it's soft. It's a photograph. It doesn't really have that wow factor to me. What I wanted to achieve here was to get a picture of this person through the leaves. But because of my amazing focusing skills, the person's out of focus. It is still a pretty picture, but now that I look at it, I should have walked a little closer to the tree so I can really focus on this person and have the leaves all blurred out. This last place was interesting. It is a part of a hotel downtown Los Angeles, and they have these little red seating pods. Not knowing what to expect there, I simply went upstairs with my camera and hoped for the best. The sunlight was beautiful, I did have some people to photograph here and there, and overall, this place was a pleasant surprise. I did notice some other people taking photos there. For example, this guy with the camera and this woman being photographed. I didn't want to get in their way, ruin their pictures, but at the same time, I wanted to take advantage of this. So I took a few pictures of this person, and thanks to her, this was a great practice for me. Again, I didn't know what to expect here, and having her sit there made me realize I could go a little closer, a little further, go to the different side, and capture all the different angles, and still photograph the pod and the person in it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but when I do host a photo walk in LA, I want to include this spot as one of our stops. A long time ago in New York, I took this photo at the Guggenheim. I loved the idea of looking down somewhere and capturing what people are doing, whether they're sitting down, waiting for someone, walking, or just simply relaxing. This theme of me looking down from the top and capturing all the people on the ground floor is something I did on a regular basis. With that in mind, I wanted to recreate those images here. Whether someone's going up and down the stairs or just walking down the hall, I wanted to capture a person or two in this frame. I waited for about 5 minutes, nobody showed up, so I ended up with this empty picture.